Hello all, welcome to our channel Way to Know. So in this video we will explain another example scenario using Si917. So we are talking about very basic things here, right? Initially we talked about the LED. Now the next step any embedded engineer who is learning something on the board would do, it would be like pressing a button and then checking if the button is high or low, and then correspondingly blinking an LED. So in this particular code what we are going to do is we are explaining a scenario here. Right now the LED 1 is off, the button is not pressed. Now when we press the button 1, you can see the LED is on. So release the button and then the LED will be off. So we are going to explain how this is going to be achieved using the Si917 chipset and using the SDK. So let us look into the code. So now let us look at how to add the button project to the existing LED blinky, because we have to press a button and then corresponding action has to be taken, right? For this we have opened the LED blinky project, okay, and then if you go to the bottom you will have something called a .slcp file. Open the slcp file and go to software components. Okay, when you click on software components you will have different components open. You can search here by button, okay, or if you are aware of where the file is, it will be in Wise Connect 3 SDK. Okay, the version might change. You have to install the latest version based on your requirement and go to the device under Wise Connect. Okay, Si917 MCU, and there will be hardware. Okay, under this you can see there is button. Click on the button and install. So here we are using button 1, so we are keeping the instance as button 1. Okay, it also recommends the instance names, so we have put it as btn1 and click done. This actually adds the instance of button. Okay, you can see here there is a change happening. We'll go there, and in the configuration tools, okay, so in the configuration tools you can see in the pin tool, okay, so the button will be added. Okay, so the button will be on GPIO 11. So if you can see here, this is the GPIO 11. So if you want, you can actually click and have a custom name. Like for example, I wanted to have button underscore 1 as a custom name for this, and then apply and close. Okay, so this is the button, and if you scroll to the right, this is the LED which is on the ULP pins which we talked about in the blinky. Okay, so these are the configurations. Now as we did this, close this and save. Once this is done, if you want, you can go to the AutoGen on the left, and you can see AutoGen. So once you did the configuration, here in the AutoGen, you can see, you should see the files added: button instances, .c and .h. So if you go there, you can actually see the button configuration and everything. Whatever the functions, declarations, everything should be present as a part of this. Now if you see button instances, whatever is there, okay, we have LED instance created, right, in the app init, okay, in the blinky init. Okay, you had blinky action And then in the process, Blinky process section, you have this particular code, and in the Blinky init we had the initialization. Now if you go one step back, okay, and see the main files that were actually initialized, okay, let us go here and see the initialization. Okay, if you go here, there is driver init. Okay, in this you can see automatically the button init instances got added. That's what we wanted to show. So this function is already called, that means the button is already initialized. So you have everything ready to start using it. Now what we want to do, we wanted to actually do a Blinky process, right? So let us go here, okay, and we can take these functions LED set and LED clear. These are the two things we need because we want to toggle, right? So go to blinky.c, LED set and LED clear, because we want to hit the button and then we want to clear the LED or set the LED based on that. So we will be using the same instance. Okay. Now let us delete this. So we are actually having the set and clear. Now what we want to do, we want to read a button, right? Let us try to read a button. So the return variable, whatever is there in the button read, is unsigned int. So button read, right now we are making it true, because if you go to the schematic, okay, there is already, so let us open the schematic. So if you see the 4002 schematic, which is the main board for this 4338, there is already a pull up on this, and button 0, button 1 are actually going here, and we are using the GPIO 11 button 1. Okay, so there is already high on this. Okay, so we are by default giving it as true. Okay, we are trying to read the button. First what we have to do, we have to read the button so that we get to know the status. Okay, so indenting, the code looks good when the indenting is neat. Okay, so we have to read the button. So for reading the button, now let us go to button instances, or okay, it will be part of the button read, basically will be part of the Wise Connect SDK. Okay, so when you click on Wise Connect SDK and go down till the hardware drivers, SL button 91X, so this will have all the button related functions. So here you have to find the one basically which reads, right? So yeah, get state, and you have something called button state. Okay, so get this function. Now in this, the parameters that need to be passed are the pin number and the port number. So how do you get this pin number and port number is, see, you have Si917 LED dot C, right, and you will have H as well. Okay, in this there are few parameters defined, or if you go to the autogen, okay, and go to C, button instances.c, you can see here there are button instances. So go to this particular port which is already defined. you can use this particular port and pin. Okay, so go to Blinky. So first you need a pin, but this is port. Okay, so now we need a pin, right? When we need pin, okay. Now what it is saying is basically this is not found, right? So we need to include si button one init button one config.h. Okay, let us try to include this. The defines are here. Okay, yeah. Now if you try to build the project, it takes some time because we have pulled all the parameters. So it still says, okay, what you can do is we actually can, so we have already defined it. Okay, so we can eliminate this and use button one port directly here. Okay, so there is a error here. So what it says is okay, HP is not defined, so we have to include RTE underscore device underscore 917.h. RTE underscore device underscore 917.h. Okay, so now let us try to build. Okay, there are still some errors here. Let us try to see what is happening. Okay, so the problem here is actually we are using SL underscore button pin, but if you go to the button config, you see the ports are defined as SL91X button 1 port. Okay, so this should be button port and then this should be pin. Okay, so we are using this particular port and this particular pin. Let us try to build this and see. Still it says implicit declaration of button state. Yeah, this is understood because this is part of sl underscore 91x button dot c. Okay, uh, so if you go to the components, device, SiLabs 91x MCU, drivers, hardware drivers, button. Okay, so it is sl underscore button dot h. So we have to include that here. Okay, now let us build. So it's more of including the respective files. Sorry, dot h. So it is more of including the respective files and ensuring that we use the correct function names so that there are no errors here. So still there are some errors seen now in the source file. Okay, this is a basic file. Okay, so what it is actually doing is this particular port is used by some other files. Okay, so now you can see that the by including the proper files and ensuring that we have everything done, the build is happening without any errors. Okay, so still the wise connect shows. Let us see what is happening. Yeah, it is gone. Okay, so now the code is done, and you can actually dump this and test and see that whatever we have shown is working. So the basic functionality is in the blink C. Okay, so as this is not yet done, if read is equal to true, that means basically what is happening is we are trying to read the button. Okay, and default it is false. So if it is okay, if it is true, that means we read as 1, the default one. Okay, it will be clear. else else if button read is equal to false. Okay, so that means if it is reading low, we are going to blink the LED. Okay, let us build this. So the configuration and all takes some time, just including the files, calling the respective functions, using the exact macro. So these all might take some time. So that is what you have to understand, what need to include, which files are part of it. So if you see here, on the left, the autogen is something which gets auto generated. The configurations, that means the button configurations are all present in the config, and then there are few things that are part of the Wise Connect SDK. So these are the things which you need to know, and as you see here, these are the number of files that are there. So you need to see what functions to be called from which file and use them accordingly.